Any guesses as to what I'm doing today?
Good morning, everybody. We've got some work to do.
It's like, oh gosh. Okay, so you guys literally just missed the most downpour we've had in a while. So Dad and I went to go post pound, and then it started to rain and like 30-mile-an-hour wind gust. And so Dad told me to come and rotivate. I'm waiting for Dad because we need a bolt for one of the blades so I can rotivate. But just a minute. The clear skies up yonder. It was absolutely downpouring. Anyway. And the rain stopped. So I guess Dad and I can post pound. And I don't need a rotivate. Well, shoot, do we go post pound and not rotivate? I love what the rainwater does in my hair. It brings out my curls. Well, now it's like perfectly calm and everything. So this is what the underneath of the rotivator looks like. And this blade, it needs to be bolted up right there. One of our videos, you guys saw Carpet, our neighbor's dog. Our neighbor just today took her to get shaved and cleaned. And you know those bald cats that don't have any fur or anything, and there's like bald cat? And they're kind of like creepy looking. No offense to any cat people out there. It's just like, if you type in a bald cat on Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever, and like the photos, that's what Carpet looks like now. And it's kind of I'm not gonna say anything, I'll just show you and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, she looked better with hair, trust me. Fur. I don't think it's hair. Is it hair? Or is it fur? You know those bald cats? He looks like a big rat dog. It looks like somebody stuck her tail into the pencil sharpener. What's that? Okay, so with the rotavator, you have to put it down, turn it on, shut it off, lift it up. So before I just can't lift it up. I have to shut off the PTO and then lift it up. So I put it down, turn it on, shut it off, lift it up. And then wide open, and then drive down the road. That's fun to say though, say it. Because when you first start, you have to put it down, turn it on, and then when you get to the end of the row, you have to shut it off, lift it up. So say it. Put it down, turn it on, shut it off, lift it up. The black thing, it's the sticky thing on the window. So one thing about running the tractor full throttle, whether fuel handle is all the way forward, is you run out of fuel very quickly. So, well, not very quickly, but faster than what you would if you weren't. So I gotta go fuel up. Also, I am in Beehive 1 and I'm going 1.8 mile an hour. up and down each row because there is like weeds and stuff, so it's like nice and chewed up and then nice and smooth. Off to get fuel. We will see you all later. Bye.
We are going to be installing some trellis.
Okay, so to pound these end posts, we have to, these are the new end posts that we got because they don't sell the old normal ones anymore. They are a wider end post, they're bigger. We got to change this out to the bigger sleeve to fit over this post because this old one doesn't fit. With the old post, this would fit perfectly once we took out the red color that went in there. You take this out and the old post would fit perfect in there, but these are bigger posts, so that doesn't fit. That's what pounds the T-post. Goes hammers up and down super quick, or whatever you're pounding. Just got that done. Now we're gonna pound it.
So this row, this row, this row, and that row were all 4 rows that we planted last year. So in 2025, we had thousands of baby sticks that we needed to plant. We had, the previous year we had taken cuttings, and by 2025 those cuttings were ready. And so we got a lot of them in, and we did 4 rows of grapes last year. We showed you guys that.
The rest of the 2,000 are getting planted next year, and hopefully all of those will make it.
It got hot, and so we had to stop, and we weren't sure if they were going to make it. Well, they did make it, and so this year we're going to be installing the trellis. A few weeks ago we got the rest of the baby plants, and we did them as replacements. Last year we planted these baby grapes vines, and this year we're going to be in the next couple of days we're going to be doing the trellis. And then we're going to train them up, and the next year will be the 3rd year, and then we can pick them. So so the other day Bro did the anchors. We needed 4 anchors on the top and then 4 anchors on the bottom.
Okay, I think this is a good spot. Thumbs up if it is. I think so. So, I am drilling anchors for these young grapes we planted last year? Yeah, it was last year. I'll show you what an anchor looks like. is the anchor. It's super windy out here, so this is like what, 3/4 inches, 1/2 inch thick, just solid metal. This will screw into the ground. You can see this plate here that screws into the ground, and as it suggests, it goes into the ground all the way. So can you see the whole anchor? It goes all the way to this hook, and the cable hooks to the, as you can see right here, see that anchor sticking up? Then the cable and the post. It holds the post because this top wire is super tight. So it holds the post, otherwise the post will just go like that. So that's what we use those for. And we use the auger to drill them in. Can you even see now? I gotta first dig about 1 foot deep because they're too tall. The auger doesn't go up tall enough to slide in the little thing that drills it. The wind is on and off here, so. Okay. I got my little hole going. So the reason the anchor is very important, because if the anchor pulls up out of the ground, which it has, and it will pull out of the ground a little bit, even though it's 4 foot deep, and that pulls up, the post is going this way. And then the wire gets loose, and you tighten the wire again, and the anchor just keeps pulling up and up and up. So I want to get these drilled first, and then Dad's going to turn this water on. So it's going to water these anchors down, get the ground really hard. So that's why I'm putting the anchors before the post. I think usually you do the post, I don't know. Okay, note, this is my first time. I haven't drilled one of these anchors yet. This will be your experience seeing my first time doing this. This is literally my first time, so, crap. As you can probably tell. But from what I do know, you need to go super slow. Drills itself in, I guess. There, haha. That went pretty good. All these John Deere tractors are different. There. Beautiful. That's in there 4 feet deep now. Let me show you. There. That's the anchor. I still need to tamp around this dirt because I kind of loosened the dirt as it went down in there. We have a tamping stick to do that, but the small end of the shovel works good. Okay, that's not going anywhere. I lined that up pretty dang good. Okay, just 7 more to do. Yeah. That's pretty much it for this. I just need to finish the rest.
He did that the other day after he had rotavated, mowed and rotavated.
You see that rad drone footage? I got that. Bro showed me how to fly it, but he didn't tell me how to land. So now, the drone's just hovering there. I have to wait for him to come back up. All you see is the reflection. What'd I do?
Push that, land.
It's landing. Hold on, I can get pretty good at this. So professional. Now off to get the rotavator.
You have that crowbar that's in the toolbox?
Nice by a crowbar. Nice by a crowbar. I found it. Before, after.
Then we just got done doing the end post. So we have 4 end posts on the top and 4 end posts on the bottom. And now Bro and I are going to, we're not gonna do it today, but we're gonna get everything ready for tomorrow, and we're gonna go load up some posts into the trailer so that tomorrow morning we can start pounding in the T-post for the trellis. So we have a post we're gonna do a post every 2 grapevines. So there's a lot to post that we're gonna need to get done. There's 4 rows, so yep, that's gonna be this week. And then you guys will see this at the end of the week, like Sunday or Monday, depending on when we have it edited. All right, I'll see you later.
Clouds are so cloudy.
this is what the wildfires are looking like. I just got done loading up some posts so that we can start pounding in the trellis tomorrow. So yeah, so we will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. We've got some work to do. We've got about 50 posts in the trailer that we're going to do for right now. Then we're going to take a little break and come back because the post pounding can get heavy when you do it for too long. Do you have it with pipe? The pipe? So we are first going to go through and drive through and kind of just stick the post in where they need to go, and then come through and pound them down because it goes faster like that. So. Alright, so we're going to continue doing this, and we'll let you turn the camera back on when we're done. And by the way, we're doing them every 2 vines. We sometimes would do like 3 vines, but with this new trellis we're going to do every 2 vines because that makes the wire a lot more taut and it's just more stable. Yeah, just a minute. Pound them all down, and we have this pipe. And that's where we're going to stop pounding. This pipe is going to determine the height of all the posts. Just checking our work. Hold up.
Good.
The last time that we saw you guys was this morning, and we were post pounding. So the last time that we updated you guys with the beast, it was split open and getting worked on.
So while they had that split open, they replaced the clutch because they had it split open. They replaced, and they were cleaning out all of the sludge that was in all the gears and the transmission and all that stuff, like the differential. It was all in all the hole everywhere. And we got it back, and it was still doing the same thing, so we took it back in. They found and cleaned out more of that sludge through the whole tractor. And now we've got it back for about, what, 3 weeks to a month, and it's been working fine.
Yeah, and not the last video because I was driving semi. The video before that, Brunette's sis was using it. What was she doing, mowing or rotavating?
Mowing.
She was mowing it 2 videos ago. So we've been using it, and so this morning we post-pounded, and then we took a break, and took a break from post-pounding because I was duck footing and he was mowing. We needed work on this field. He needed to mow, and then I was going through and duck footing.
And then brunette sis, I guess, whatever. She is going to rotivate after that.
Yeah, so brunette sis is rotivating on a different parcel right now, and so Bro and I were working on the same field. So
Get it ready for her to rotivate.
Yeah. So Bro is using the beast to mow.
So earlier this year, or no, last harvest, a little bit before harvest and at harvest time, the tractor, the beast, would stop moving. It would literally just stop. It would blink CP like a bunch of times and just wouldn't move at all. Wouldn't move forward, backwards.
On, but it just wouldn't
yes, it would run. You'd have power steering. It literally just wouldn't move. Well, that happened about 3 times before we finally figured out what it was and fixed it. And we've had the tractor back for about 3 weeks, and it just happened again.
He was mowing down a row, and then he sent me a text and said that the tractor wouldn't move. I said, what? That's what you said. You said the tractor won't move. Anyway, we got the tractor pulled out of the row with the duck cutter, and so yeah, now Dad's gonna.
We're gonna have, before we tow it all the way into town, flat tow it, because we don't have a winch or nothing on this trailer, which we need. Before we do that, he's gonna have them come out to make sure they know what they think it is.
Anyway,
But they think it's more the sludge, which if it is, I don't know. That's expensive.
The beast, I don't even think beast is an appropriate name for it anymore. I think weasel is more appropriate. The weasel.
That wasn't even funny.
It's true though. I think that's the name we do know, weasel. The beast is now the weasel. Do you think so? It ain't a beast. Anyway, so
it's just a beast that's got a lot of health problems.
It's a weasel. Unreliable.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna duck foot.
I'm gonna try to go hook that mower up to a different tractor.
And then we'll meet you guys back out to go pound some more post. This evening, I guess, because we're in the afternoon now.
Yep.
So, anyway, that's what's been going on with the beast. We never told you guys what's going on after we got it back, so.
It's a nice tractor. I like that tractor, but it's having some issues. It has 2,800 hours. So, yeah.
Anyway, Dad's calling, gotta go. Bye.
Okay, so any guesses as to what I am doing today? Rotivating. Put the rotivator down and turn the PTO on. Put it down, turn it on, shut it off, lift it up. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. What are you all doing? Watching me ask you what you're doing. What video was that on? Weird. I feel like I was wearing this hat too.
So, Bro and I, we didn't record. We just finished pounding some more posts, but we didn't record. But we finished the first row, and then we got like a quarter of the second row done. So, but I wanted to show you guys the cosmics because I showed you guys the wildfires yesterday. I wanted to show you guys the cosmics. Well, no, kind of the same size as the wildfires. And the drip is on. We have drip, and then we also have overhead cooling sprinklers, which they're not on right now, but they're up there. So, all right. So, I didn't want to get the selfie stick out. My arm's not that long. We should be get the rest of the post pounded by the end of this week. Tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah. Tomorrow we should get by Friday we should have all the posts pounded, hopefully. And then we have the wire stretch next week. So, yep. Anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow. What's up, everybody? All right. Guess what we're doing today? I'm literally getting out. Bro was waiting for me. I had to get the camera. Can you throw my coconut water away? Alright, so Bro and I we pounded 57 posts. So we unhooked just now we got done unhooking the mower, the flail mower from the beast or the weasel, whatever. And we hooked it up to this new tractor that we have not named yet, that we got at the auction.
Nope. But go mow it. Be less
Well,
clumpy.
if it doesn't need mowed.
Well, it's doing a fine job. It's going to be less clumpy if you mow it. She's literally almost done with the organics. I don't know what she's doing. She has another secret little tractor coming out here on the side or something.
As I was saying. Anyway, so we unhooked the mower from the beast and then pulled the beast out of the way and hooked up this new tractor to the flail mower. And Brunette has been rotivating but there is this one spot where we need to mow it first before she rotovates it. So we're in the organics. Technically, we could like get all the posts done because we have 4 rows we have to put in, and I think there's like 90 posts in a row ish, and it's going quicker than I thought it would. But we do have other stuff that we have to do, so. I haven't driven this new tractor yet. And there's no, you can't see, there's no knob on it, and so that's kind of annoying, but whatever, it's not that big of a deal. There's Brunette's. Ambro is busy doing some stuff, and so yeah. I just set the mower height. Can you see Brunette's? Oh, by the way, you guys are literally the greatest bunch of viewers. I don't know. Yesterday we did the community post in the morning saying that a scammer or whatever was pretending to be us in the comments and replying to some of y'all, and then we got home from work, it was like already gone, like an hour after we got home. So you guys always know you can count on you guys to help us get that taken down. That's so annoying when it happens though. It's like, oh gosh. But you guys quickly reported it, and that took that down quickly, so good job. We muchly appreciate it, by the way, because if it was just us reporting it, I can guarantee you it wouldn't have gotten down so quick. Right in the way. Whatever, it's fine, right? Well, I guess I have the sticky thing. And I have nothing to wet it down with. ever do get another social media, we will let you guys know first, because YouTube is the only thing that we have. So if you guys are get a comment that's like saying a message on WhatsApp or Telegram, that's not us. And yeah, we will let you guys know. We're not planning on it, but if we ever do, you guys will hear it from us first. Alright, so I am in our organic wildfire galas. So these, it does need mowed, but that is not what we were talking about. We were talking about this spot right here. So Dad is going to burn this early tomorrow morning, and you guys will be able to see the difference of the evening before he does that. So this is what it's looking like. So the burner is just basically going to do this spot, and then that gets mowed, and then that spot gets burned too. So, and that is why the tin is on, because when these were a baby, we put the tin on so it wouldn't damage the tree, but the trees are old enough. But that's originally why the tin was on. So this row's even weedier. And I will specifically come back to this row tomorrow. Anyway, see y'all later. Alright, so Bro and I just got done pounding some more post, and we finished the third row, so we only have one more row to do, so that we should finish that tomorrow. And so this morning Dad burned the wildfires, so it's almost been about 12 hours, and so I'm going to show you guys what they look like. And this isn't the first time that Dad has burned the wildfires this year. We started burning the apples back in like mid-April. So Dad usually burns like when it's early morning, when it's like the sun isn't like super hot out, because the burner tractor already gets hot. And I was going to show you guys Dad burning the apples, but you can't really see the burner and what's going on during the day as well as you can at night. So Dad's planning on burning the Buckeyes next week, and he's going to burn them at night so that we can record and show, like, because it's easier to see like what's actually going on when it's nighttime. And so that's in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But for now, this is what the wildfires are looking like. Oh wait, which row did I say I was going to take you guys in? I think it was the first row. Alright. Do we see how everything is pretty crisp and on its way to die? So they're kind of crunchy, you see, so they're dying. Dad's going to either tomorrow or next week, he's going to burn these one more time to like really clean it up, because these are going to die, then it's going to be pretty good, but it can like be like really clean after he does it the second time. So There will be a full explanation of basically what the burner does and how this works in the next video. So for now, this is how it did. All right, well, see you tomorrow when we finish the post. All right, so we are not going to be finishing the post, like I said, today or this week, because Dad said that we need to get the wire up on the 3 rows that we have pounded so that we can get a worker in here and train up the vines, because we need to get the vines trained up. So we're gonna spread hopefully all 3, because we have to do a top wire and a bottom wire. So we're gonna do that today and hopefully get all 3 of those rows spread with wire, and then next week we'll get the last row of post in. So yeah, this video will end with us getting the wire done. So needed to let you guys know that, because the last time we said we were gonna finish pounding the post. So this is how much wire is left, and we did spread the top on that row, but this is the thickness of it, and then we'll show you when we're done spreading the wire. And then we're clipping up the wires. I'm gonna go put them away.
So a little while ago, you guys saw we bought the anti-gravity A1 drone. So we liked that drone. It was a good drone, don't get me wrong, but for our needs, it wasn't suited for our needs. It was a little bit harder to edit for them.
And when Blonde says she flew it that time in the ripping out the vineyard, she didn't really like that you had to put the goggles on and you couldn't like see your surroundings.
We returned that one. It's a good drone. We liked it, but it wasn't for us. So I was about to say traded that in. We returned that one and bought the Air 3S DJI. It's bigger than the last one we had.
And this was all made possible by those of you who've been giving super thanks on YT, on our link. Thank you to all of you. So yeah, we thought we'd let you know that we returned that one. And
so this one, it does get better footage. So you guys will be seeing better.
And didn't you say that the other one, it was kind of spotty the further you flew away?
Yeah.
It was kind of like choppy.
You can't get better than DJI, but it wasn't bad drone.
I mean, because we have the cameras are DJI, the mics are DJI, drones DJI. What, are they banned?
Not sponsored.
Yeah. Dude.
Just like their products.
Dude.
They are.
So why did you get it?
It got FCA approved or something. Every new drone by DJI has to get FCA approved or whatever, and this one got approved. It's stupid. It's not going to affect anything, but it's still good. So yeah, you guys are going to be, it's way better camera than the last one. So you guys will be seeing better footage, better quality.
We thought we'd let you know. So these little grape-like things may look like grapes, but they're not. They're what is called calyptra. It is a waxy covering that houses both the male and female parts of the grape plant. So grapevines are self-pollinating, unlike apple trees, which relies on the bees to pollinate them. So once the calyptra sheds, it releases the male anthers, those like almost like white things,
looks like a stick almost. It releases the male anthers, which then pollinates the ovaries inside. So the nice thing about grapevines is that you have so many flowers in such a small area that the rate of fertilization and pollination is very high. So that is the process and how juice grapes become juice grapes. And now the next time someone stops you on the street and asks you what Calyptra is, you can now tell them. So this is what the grapes are looking like right now. Like, we took this footage, depending on when you're watching this, we took this today, earlier today, or then we took it yesterday. With pollination now complete, the vineyard begins its steady transition into the heart of the growing season. What started out as tiny blooms will soon develop into full clusters of juice grapes, gradually ripening under the summer sun. And now the journey to harvest is officially underway. Come over here. Cooper, come on. Paw. Cooper, come on. Do you guys have anything to say before I put you away? Anything? Good boy.
That were those, and that, what am I saying? We got work to do.
I found a bird. I found a bird. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Put your feet up. You say spread them out. Out.